What's good? What's good? What's good? Hold on one second. Get the music right. All right, man. We back. We A lot of things have happened in the world of the WWE. Obviously, we know John Cena turned heel. Roman Reigns has returned, which we're gonna get into that. Um, Damian Priest, Drew McIntyre's feud is kind of starting to pick up a little bit, but even then, it still feels a little bit forced. We finally found out who attacked Jay, which it wasn't really much of a secret. And yeah, Jay and Gunther's feud's kind of trash too. Randy Orton came back, and yeah, we gonna get into all that. So yeah, we got Blackbird in the building. Was good. They call me Unc still. Caleb in the building. And no, I was not in Miami, bro. I was not in Miami. I have not been to the state of Florida in a minute. I confirm if it was somebody looked like me, it was a clone. It was not me. But yeah, we got to get the music right though. I don't know if I want that lounge music. Yeah, I'm gonna go with the lounge music. Yeah, we'll go with that. Said Paul Heyman's gonna turn on CM Punk and Roman Reigns and align himself with Seth. I've heard people mention that, and yeah, I'm glad you brought that up. I've heard people, mention that before. That could be the twist, but I'm curious, what is CM Punk's favor for going back? Teaming up with the OG Bloodline and all that. What is his favor, and will it come into play at WrestleMania? And the way Roman Reigns returned, obviously Paul isn't going to side with Roman. Paul was looking like he was acting like he was caring for CM Punk after CM Punk got attacked. As Roman Reigns went ballistic, he attacked Seth Rollins during the conclusion of the cage match in that finish fest, which was ridiculous. We had them fighting on top of the cage at one point. They had, I guess, drone cameras up there with some unique perspectives I usually don't see in a wrestling match. Both of them stole each other's finishers. Shit, Roman took Seth's for the stomp after the match. So it's gonna be interesting to see what it's like. And I feel like they should have at least played, his entrance music or something to get a bigger pop from the crowd. That's MSG, New York City, Monday Night Raw main event, steel cage match. Come on, you got to build it up a little bit better than that. I don't know. I feel like they could have done something better with that. This nigga funny. Allegedly. So Paul Heyman turn on CM Punk again is wild. That would definitely add more to the feud between CM and Seth, because it felt like it was getting ran into the ground. We've seen them both in main event matches on Monday Night Raw. They split. Obviously, the second one had interference from Roman Reigns. So I am curious to see what happens. Say the favorite's probably to insert himself in the Seth and Roman match. I hope it's better than that. Because the way that things are, I feel like they could automatically kind of set it up as is, in the favor coming to play at WrestleMania for a bigger twist, 'Cause I will say Triple H booking is usually bad. But whenever it comes to like the big moments, he usually doesn't mess it up. I've noticed that. Like certain things work for that long-term storytelling. Other things don't. So you hope the favor is Heyman getting Roman to make Jay give his title shot to CM Punk. Jay's an awful worker, gets the crowd going, but trash singles wrestler. I ain't really got an issue with Jay, except for this is more apparent. A couple weeks ago, Jimmy was cutting a promo to Drew, and that's when it really stood out. Watching his promo, Jay's that is, to open the show. I think there was in Memphis, and then seeing Jimmy's promo, I'm like, yeah, I see the difference. Like one of them, it's the same 3-4 phrases, and of course you have the yeets in there. And then Jimmy, he got more charisma and stuff. You can tell who was the hype man between the two of the twin brothers. But yeah, that Jay Gunther match, that is not main event status at all. They haven't done anything to build it up properly. They've already had that match before, Saturday Night Main Event. Gunther won clean. And then, they're going to probably have Gunther lose it to get the feel good story for WrestleMania that Jay finally won the title, brought it back to the family. But the thing about Jay is why he gets pushed as much as he does. The Yeet shit is catchy, good for social media, hashtag Yeet, and he moves a lot of merch and he's popular with kids. That's why. Hell yeah, that's what's up, man. Got a bottle of gin. Hell yeah. Celebrating that St. Patrick's Day weekend. I see you. What? No, no, no. It's barely grown at the bottom. It's barely grown. I'm probably gonna shave this and turn it to like a goatee or some shit tomorrow. What's up, AB? What's up? Which I know it's been a little minute. Been trying some new stuff, reaction videos, different WWE content, other things in the works too. But yeah. I think pretty much I covered everything with Seth and Roman, unless one of y'all bring something up I might have forgotten. Because we know the history between Punk and Seth. That's well documented. It crosses podcasts and everything. Same when we know the history between Roman and Seth. So there's nothing on the line, no title. It's just a rivalry. I'm sure they're gonna make it maybe Falls Count Anywhere or something besides just a normal match, obviously. Said you selfishly want. Hold on, let me get these things to show real quick. There we go. So you selfishly want Jay to win because you'll be at WrestleMania. Oh, nice. Never been to a pay per view. I'd love to see that. You know, being like a stadium and see what it's like. Except, you know, depending on the seating, you might not be able to see shit. But I hope you have a good time though. Hope you got good seats and all that shit. It's just a cool experience overall. And yeah, like I mentioned before, Damian Priest, Drew McIntyre, their feud at WrestleMania. It's a little too forced. I get it. Damian eliminated Drew at 2 straight PLEs. I understand. But it still feels a little bit too forced. Like, we get it. They don't like each other, but give a little bit more backstory to it than he just eliminated him twice at 2 pay-per-views. Since you want to do this long-term storytelling shit, Triple H, do that. And besides, Drew McIntyre, he should have been at least a heavyweight champion or something in the past year, at least. But they have him in these meaningless feuds like Sami Zayn, Damian Priest, all of these mid-card ass feuds. It's like, bro, put him in the title picture. And I don't mean getting him eliminated in the EC as one of the first people. Like, no, I mean really give him a championship shot. The Jay's a moneymaker, but not because he puts on banger matches. Yeah, he just got like, you know, like they said, the same 4 moves or so. If you've seen one match, you've probably seen them all with Jay. I like Jimmy a little bit better in the ring, even though obviously they got similar movesets and stuff. I think it's just more charisma to it. The Jay's dad is also behind the push too. Oh, yeah, Rikishi stay talking. I don't know how many times I see new videos on YouTube where Rikishi just said something and it involved someone that said something about Jay. Especially, I know I forgot who he chewed out. He chewed out somebody in the interview. It was after he won the IC title. I don't know if it was it might have been Vince Russo or Dave. I think it might have been Vince Russo. And Rikishi went off talking about, don't you ever talk shit about my son, like all this stuff. So yeah, Rikishi is super involved, if you can't tell, in his kid's career. So Jay needed a title and they gave him the IC title. Exactly. Which, I mean, they should have at least put him with gave him a mid-card title or something, especially if he's that popular, that over. You don't necessarily need to make him main event Jey Uso for real. But I guess if you want to build him up and he this popular, shit, might as well put him in the main event. You know what I'm saying? Let him live up to his name. So let's heel Cena cook. I'm curious to see what he says on the 17th, this coming Monday. Because I feel like they they should have had him show up on Raw that following Monday. Like right after the PLE on Saturday, that Raw that Monday. That's what the hell they should have done. Because him and Cody Rhodes there, All the eyeballs would have been on it like it was on the Netflix debut. So do that. But I know on the mic he finna be vicious. Pause. Because Cody's promos, he been a little bit more fired up, but even then it's still Cody Rhodes promos. They kind of mid. They ain't nothing too special. His best was the telling The Rock to go fuck himself. I mean, you could even hear in the crowd they was chanting Cena at MSG. You can hear, obviously there's a Cena suck side and Let's Go Cena, but you could hear the Let's Go Cena and Cena chants a little bit louder, especially the way the arena set up and they set up while he was giving that promo. I was like, yeah, they rocking with heel Cena. Shit, I'm rocking with heel Cena. I want to see what the hell he do. I want to know, he probably gonna have a new theme song, I would assume. And he might just get rid of the jean shorts. Oh yeah, you ain't lying about that. So his match with Braun, that was a great match. Hell yeah. Him and Braun did put on some good matches though. We know Rikishi was at the Diddy parties. Look at his finisher. Yeah. You couldn't tell me to sell that move. Fuck that. The heel Cena was always the best Cena. We didn't get it. I don't feel like we got enough of heel Cena considering he was in WWE for over 20 something years. Like, I know they wanted to do it in 2012, but they were scared. They didn't want to mess up the merch. And Cena said he wanted to do it even before that. And again, they're like, nah, we don't want to mess up the merch, make a wish. But it's like, bro, you could have one time, just do it at least one time to try it out. See what would have happened. But it makes sense now because, Cody Rhodes is the main baby face that they pushing. And Cena's on his way out. He was obviously the one before him. So it's like, yeah, fuck it. Give the fans what they want one last time. Say Cody stay getting beat. Yeah, he do. That's what frustrates me about Cody Rhodes is the fact that they already. It's like if you've seen one appearance with Cody Rhodes on SmackDown or Raw, you'd have damn near seen them all. Don't get me wrong, he's had some good matches on PLEs and stuff, especially the one him and Kevin Owens, that ladder match. That shit was solid. But it's like either he's talking to Raw GM, SmackDown GM in a suit, walks out in the suit, cuts a promo, somebody try to jump him. Either he do get helped by somebody, or he just get the shit beat out of him and they just leave him in the ring with clothes all ripped up. And then they cut the commercial break. I'm like, this is supposed to be the dude who's the so-called baby face of the company, always getting beat the fuck up. Shit, they never did that with Super Cena. Obviously, Nexus and stuff, they had him getting beat up. But it wasn't to this degree. At some point, they always made sure John Cena looked like a superhero. Cody Rhodes is like, nah, your ring gear is the only thing that make you look like a superhero, my boy. So what's in the cup? That is tea mixed with a little bit of lemon juice. Black tea. He said he was one freaky ass nigga. And for sure about the Discord, yeah. That shit fun though. I never thought I would see a Randy Orton Carmelo Hayes match on SmackDown. But I guess he needs a jobber to go against to get back, in the flow of things. And speaking of jobbers, why the hell is Gunther and Jay, why are they going against jobbers on the way to WrestleMania? I get it, you want to make them look strong, but Grayson Waller, I can't remember the last time Grayson Waller was on Monday Night Raw for a match besides Monday. I've seen him in segments, A-Town Down Under and all that shit. They might jump Jay or talking shit post interview, but that's it. Otis, same shit. It's like usually we see him not really in a match, but he out here with Gunther, and for some reason they got Jay and Gunther struggling against both of these niggas. Like, why? If this is for the heavyweight title, why don't you make them both look good? And then Gunther comes out and chokes out Jay, leaves. So Cody better get Steve Austin out of retirement because he has no chance of beating Hero Rock and Cena by himself. Yeah, I am curious because they've had the video where they showed The Rock choking out Cody Rhodes from a year ago. Cena's on the truck. Obviously, we see. Fast forward to now, they aligned, and Stone Cold was on the other side, but it was supposed to be for WrestleMania 40. Stone Cold was supposed to be there instead of Undertaker. I don't know if they might have said, you know what, since we not gonna have Stone Cold, since you can't make it this time, we just do it for 41. Could be that'd make it interesting because the history between The Rock and Stone Cold, and it kind of all went full circle if you think about it. Stone Cold turned on The Rock, sided with Vince. Fast forward to now that The Rock is in a position of power for real, John Cena turned on Cody Rhodes and joined the Man in Power. It's crazy how that works. So it would be fitting to have Stone Cold come out there. I don't know if he during the match or on the lead up to it. Hell yeah, that'd be cracking me up, bro. He says no chance of beating heel. Oh yeah, that's right. And my biggest thing is who, if they do add a third person like they say, who would it be? Who could you really put in there to not mess it up? Like obviously you can't do Logan Paul because him and AJ Styles have that meaningless WrestleMania feud. Because like Styles just comes back and now he feuding with Logan Paul. Sure, in the ring, I'm sure they can put on a great match. Both of them amazing in the ring. But the feud is just super forced. Super forced. So yeah, I'm curious who the third person, if that is truly the plan, who would it be? And it better not be Travis Scott. I get it. Fiend is the theme song for WrestleMania. They've been having them show up on Raw, pretty much using them everywhere. They even got Travis Scott WWE merch now. So I get it. They milking them for every last bit of visibility that they can. But we don't need him in the ring anymore. Damn sure don't do that. Let the nigga have a concert at WrestleMania for that song. And let him be done. Then we got Randy Orton. Obviously, he had a match with Carmelo Hayes just now. Feuding with Kevin Owens. Kevin Owens usually puts on really solid matches, like the Sami Zayn one, Cody Rhodes one. Like the only one I was kind of about was that Rey Mysterio match he had on SmackDown, but that's more on Rey than Kevin Owens. But I enjoy his shit a lot. Especially when it's like a match ain't got no rules, an unsanctioned match, ladder match, because he gonna crash out. He always crash out. He is the walking crash out of the WWE. Kevin Owens. He don't give a fuck what it is. You tell him not to do it, he gonna do it. He gonna do it. So I'm hoping that that feud picks up because Randy Orton, he puts on good matches. Both of them do, so it should be good. But I do want, at some point, a heel Cena against a face Randy Orton. They got to do that. There's like a check before really both of them retire, like for good. I want to see another heel run by Randy Orton. That's like 2009 where he punting niggas and setting off pyrotechnics and shit. And I want a face heel Cena, Cena Randy Orton match. I want that. And shit, throw in there a championship run for either one of them. Preferably Randy Orton. Yeah, I don't know if I talked about this. Tiffany Stratton and Charlotte's feud, they've been forcing a little bit more. They had them fighting twice tonight, once at the conclusion of a match, and the second time during Miz TV. So they trying to build up all this tension and all this other shit. I hope there's really not much they can do with that shit. It is what it is. The build-up's mid. It seems super forced. Charlotte Flair came back, automatically wins the Royal Rumble. Everyone was pissed off about it. They tried to push her as a face, but she got booed like Logan Paul. It's like, all right, we're gonna make you a heel, and we got to turn Tiffany face to make shit work out. Jacob Fatu, Solo Sikoa, they're supposed to feud at some point. Right now, they still on the same side. Obviously, new bloodline, and you can see the little seeds they plant. Like tonight, there was a segment. Jimmy Uso came in there talking to LA Knight about I should have a chance for the U.S. title. Then Solo comes out saying if anyone should have it, it should be. And people gonna think he gonna say me. Obviously, said Jacob Fatu. Kind of little bro in him. So I'm waiting to see when Jacob finally snaps on Solo, because it's bound to happen. You see, Solo was gone. Jacob was doing his thing. Solo comes back, and now he's trying to take the spot as the lead. And it's like, nigga, you was gone for a minute. You just dipped. I had to hold it down, type shit. So I hope that turns into a WrestleMania match or something, because I don't want it to be Braun Strowman and Jacob Fatu, because that's I ain't trying to see Braun Strowman like that, bro. He's good for like one big move, but the rest, watching him run in the ring is so bad. It is so bad. Like, he looked like a baby who just now trying to walk. Like, it looks terrible. Speaking of LA Knight, give this man a real heavyweight push, man. Like, stop having this nigga go against mid card like Shinsuke Nakamura and shit. Like, yeah, he the main event on SmackDown. Give this nigga a real championship shot. He's good on promos, got charisma, got a catchy phrase. The LA Knight, yeah. Like, come on, bro. Why are we using him as a mid card? What are we doing? And Shinsuke's title run, that shit was so pointless. That shit was useless as hell. He's barely in the ring. Same shit they doing with Braun Breaker. He's like, they barely in the ring. They got him as fans in the crowd and shit with the title. Might have a confrontation between the barricades and shit, but that's it. But from what I've heard, Shinsuke, he was dealing with family issues. I think his brother got sick, and I think he passed. I might be wrong about that, but I do remember reading he was dealing with that, and then he might be released soon. So that's why they had him drop the title. What's up, Big Pontiac OG in the building? What is good? Shout out to the OG Triple OG. I saw a little bit of WWE Evolve. I know they've been pushing out on Tubi. I didn't know this was like this is basically a reboot, kind of like they did with Tough Enough. I was like, all right, let me see what this shit is, and I was a little confused because like we have NXT, which is obviously developmental. Then you go to the main roster. Like, what? All right, if NXT is already here, what is the point in having another show? Obviously more money, but why? I was like, all right, I'm gonna check it out. I was like, I can't do it. I watched part of that first match, and I was like, yeah, I can't do it. Can't do this Evolve shit. Maybe I need to give it time, but yeah, that ain't for me. Because they've been pumping out a lot of different stuff now. Say you got the LFG. Like, they trying to basically make a whole bunch of copies of Tough Enough. I've noticed that. They obviously try to really. He say he don't have the ball spot anymore. Well, he must have went overseas. I bet that's why he didn't show up. He was like, hold on, I gotta make a little quick trip. Since I'm turning heel, I gotta get that right. I gotta get that shit right now. But no, seriously though, considering he's a Hollywood movie star now, I'm surprised he didn't get that shit taken care of a long time ago. To be quite honest with you, because it's like shit. At least if you gonna do that, at least you could have done the military low buzz cut shit. But I don't know. He might. That's his heel turn. He finally fixed the ball spot. He gonna come back with a tan. He gonna be looking like Trump, orange as hell, super jack. Oh yeah. Speaking of meaningless matches, Axum and I don't know. I don't even know who's going against. But this definitely feels like a meaningless match. Because there's no reason in the world Absolutely no reason in the world for SmackDown to be 3 hours long. Oh, yeah. Speaking of job, there we go. Axum versus Gunther. Speaking of jobbers on SmackDown, what are we doing? Speaking of jobbers, if this is what you want to do to build up your world heavyweight title, this ain't it, bro. You gotta goddamn have him go against the top dudes on the roster and beat them. He be absent from Raw and shit. Sometimes you forget Gunther even exists on the roster unless somebody made a video about him. He don't even see the nigga on Raw. Like, it's like, what are we doing? You the heavyweight champ and all this shit. And yeah, the last one shit on this list of, I guess, catching up. Actually, no, I sped past something. I sped way past. I forgot the Jade Cargo. I sped way past that. I didn't even see that. But yeah, Jade Cargo came back, built like Wonder Woman, beat the shit out of Naomi at Elimination Chamber. Naomi, the bell just rang. Naomi got the shit beat over, carted off. She didn't even get a chance. Bianca looking scared as hell in the pod and all this stuff. Fast forward, Naomi admitted that she did it. And you know what? That was one of the better women's wrestling segments I've seen. And usually I don't expect a whole lot because they promos usually generic. Basically, they trash, really. They all say the same shit. It's bad. But this was solid. The only thing I go with that was, that moment where they were screaming nonstop back and forth on the mics. Like, y'all got mics. We don't really need y'all screaming at the top of y'all lungs with mics. That shit hurts ears. But other than that, Naomi said, "You ungrateful bitch." I was like, oh shit. Bianca turned around. Jade came out there. Bianca was like, "Hey, she yours, bro. Handle that." Jade beat the shit out of her. Naomi screaming out Bianca before she got slammed on the mat. And the way they got it set up, the way it's looking, based on the interview I saw earlier on SmackDown, Jade ain't content with it just going at Naomi. It's basically like, because she was like, Bianca just act like the shit never happened. They teamed up, won the titles and stuff. So I expect at some point they gon' feud. Because it was kind of weird how they did it. They had the storyline. It was interesting at first. Then they just didn't acknowledge it for an extended period of time. Then all of a sudden, oh yeah, I think we found out who attacked Jade just out of the blue. During this whole title run, like, shit didn't happen. And then come back. Then they pick it back up a little bit. Jade returns. Naomi admitted to doing it. But it's like, okay, people was thinking Bianca was going to be involved as well because she benefited with the tag titles. She wins EC. Now it throws a wrench. It's like, okay, now what are they going to do? If Charlotte's clearly going to go against Tiffany Stratton, and you're going to have Bianca now in a triple threat with Io Sky and Rhea Ripley, where does that put the storyline? So I guess they just kind of, fast forward to the ending a little bit. Like, okay, Naomi did it. All right, cool. Bianca, you can go to Raw, focus on that title, and do that. And they got too many face versus face matches at WrestleMania. I'm already seeing 2 triple threats of faces. You got Bianca, Io, and Rhea Ripley. All faces. Io can barely speak English. It is what it is. I ain't even trying to be mean. It was cringe as hell hearing that interview with Michael Cole in the ring, interviewing Io Sky. I'm like, cool, she deserves it from an in-ring perspective. But I mean, if you can barely speak English, that really shouldn't be. You better get a translator or something. Cause yeah, that shit ain't gonna work. And then they little cyst Io when Rhea and Bianca were getting into it. So it's gonna be a triple threat. I wouldn't mind though if they really wanted to do this, which I doubt they would do this. Jade and Naomi have a WrestleMania match, I would assume. Jade comes out and costs Bianca the title at WrestleMania. That's what I'm thinking. Or at least that's what I like to see. What's up, Bronze? What's good with you? But yeah, if anything, that is what I would like to see is, just spice it up a little bit. Obviously, the other face versus face match, CM Punk, Seth Rollins, who's a tweener who acts like a heel a lot, which I don't know why they just don't turn the nigga heel. Just do it. I know people sing a song when he come out. Just turn him heel. He do a lot of heelish stuff anyway. And then you can let Roman and CM Punk be the faces if that's what you want. But like I forgot who said it earlier. Someone mentioned that the favorite could be Paul signing with Seth. That if you want to turn him heel, that's not a bad move. And you could capitalize and put something exciting in that match that doesn't have anything at stake. So I wouldn't be opposed of it. I would not be opposed of it. But in some way, you got to make it make sense, though. Like, as far as Roman's perspective, when he was trying to call Paul, and you remember the end of SmackDown, he couldn't get him. That's one aspect of it. You can see that dynamic. But I want to see what's the Seth Paul dynamic in this? How they gonna weave that into the story, if that is what they were to do? How they gonna weave it into the equation? And one question before I get out of here: is John Cena's heel turn the greatest of all time? Because some people, obviously this is more of a generational based question. It's like who the GOAT in basketball or football. Everybody different age gonna say somebody else. A lot of people older gonna say Hulk Hogan, NWO. Obviously, I wasn't old enough to watch Hulk Hogan live in person, like prime. I'm talking prime Hulk Hogan, like when he made wrestling popular as shit. But I was old enough to see John Cena in his prime, and I say John Cena's was worse for the fact that I know Hulk Hogan was built like a superhero and shit too. You know, rip his shirt, flex his muscles, all that other shit. Ignore the fact he does roids and races and all this other piece of shit bullshit. But yeah, like Cena, he was the Super Cena was the thing, but the Make-A-Wish, that's what really makes it different, because he's known as being Mr. Make-A-Wish. All the kids was doing the jean shorts, rocking his shit. He had the little sweatbands and all that stuff. I think it's the best one. It's because it's the way he did it and who he did it to. It's the fact he joined somebody that he's already had matches at WrestleMania with, who he criticized as well for doing the same shit he doing now, which is going Hollywood. Damn, Gunther got kicked in the face. He better lose. But he not. They're gonna have him struggle. But anyway, he joined the person who basically stood for none of the shit that he was known for, the hustle, loyalty, respect stuff. Turned into him, essentially. Became bigger than company man, and did it to the new babyface. With a rapper that got a high ass body count, allegedly. Since he ain't put hands on nobody, but you know, he saw and just kept on performing. So I'm just saying. So you don't know if it's the greatest, but John Cena turns definitely top 3. I guess the bigger difference for me is the fact I saw this in real time. I didn't see Hogan's in real time. Like seeing Cena's, I was shocked. Shit, I was really wanting to see Cody Rhodes turn heel and go full Homelander. I mean, like, shit, you got the hair. I think they got a Homelander DLC for WWE game, the 2024 or something. But anyway, I was wanting to see Homelander Cody Rhodes. Like, he's better as a heel. I like Cody Rhodes as a heel. Like, Dashing Cody Rhodes was a heel. I like that gimmick. That was cool as hell. I like when his face got fucked up and he had undashing Cody Rhodes. That was good. I don't like face Cody Rhodes like that. I don't care for it. It's too Boy Scoutish. I know why. I get it. But still, seeing in real time Cody telling The Rock to go fuck himself, and they didn't censor it. That's what got me. I was like, I had to check the logo. I was like, does that say Peacock on there? And they didn't censor that shit. Like, they censor all this other stuff on Raw and SmackDown, and Gunther won. But they let him say that. It's like, All right, cool. This finna get good because I was like, shit. He told The Rock to fuck himself, and The Rock said there's consequences for saying no, and that's more than saying no. And then there's the hype job by John Cena. They do the hug. Cena face got serious. The Rock, he did this shit. I don't know why, but in my mind, I'm thinking a bunch of people is just gonna pop up from under the ring. I don't know who, maybe the whole bloodline, maybe not the whole bloodline, but like the heels, and like jump this nigga and do something. But then it was Cena. I was like, oh, that made it even better. I was like, shit, he kicked that nigga in the nuts. I was like, shit, it finally happened. And Ian even mentioned this, I think, on the last episode about turning Cena heel, but I think he said at or after Mania. I didn't think that shit was gonna happen. I was like, his last ride in the company, and I was like, there ain't no way in hell they do that. They do the feel good shit, if anything. But it does make the match a lot more interesting. Because to be honest, if Cena was face and Cody Rhodes turn heel, it wouldn't be as intriguing. It'd be a little bit more than if they were both face, but still, I'd much rather see what a heel Cena can do, because it's like we ain't really seen that in 20 some years. Cody Rhodes, I was like, what, less than 10 years ago, for real. So it's different. Yeah, that Cena heel merchandise finna go crazy for sure. I mean, they already had shirts for The Rock, so I think, well, I forgot what it says, like, give me your soul or I want your soul. They already had merch after The Rock said that. That following, what was that, the week before the PLE? I think is when he said it, or the Friday before, or some shit. Yeah, it was the Friday before the Friday of the PLE. And he said, I want your soul, caress his face on some Diddy action type shit. The very first thing they showed for merch on sale was that damn Sell Your Soul t-shirt with The Rock holding the belt with Dusty Rhodes' death date on it. And that's the first shirt they advertising on WWEshop.com during the PLE. I'm like, ain't that some shit? Ain't that some shit? So the greater will always be Hulk Hogan? I don't know. Biggest problem for me with Hulk Hogan is I know about his recent shit too much. That's the shit I remember in real time, was him being racist and all that shit coming out when I was in middle school. So I was like, fuck Hulk Hogan. It's still fuck Hulk Hogan, but still, it's hard to get that part out of it for me. I think it might have would have been better if his public perception was a little bit better. Like to this day, kinda. Like Cena's is kinda better, but even then, there's a lot. Obviously people heard told plenty of stories of shit Cena done that was fucked up. Not even just people in wrestling, but still. So that's why I said generational question. Some people say Cena. I'm saying Cena. Others gonna say Hulk Hogan. I don't think anyone else says any other names as far as like the best heel turns besides Hulk Hogan. I've heard some people throw out the Steve Austin shit, but I was like, it's memorable, but it ain't really the best. Steve Austin was doing what the fuck he wanted anyway, so. So Cena trying to get bigger in Hollywood is what sold The Rock. Yeah, he was The Rock's backup plan. Ain't to make a whole lot of sense too. I mean, even from like just a basic standpoint, the fact that Cena turned heel was big news everywhere. Like TMZ was covering the shit. Local news made a big deal. I was like, local news reported wrestlers turning heel. That's insane. I've never. And they did. So it's a lot of eyeballs for WrestleMania. And he got movies coming out soon because he's shooting movies now. And that's why it's scheduled all wonky and shit like it is. So it's only going to make him a bigger Hollywood star. And if anything, he could take, The Rock's spot, because damn, everybody can turn on The Rock. It's like, because everybody know if you've seen one Rock movie, you done seen them all. And shit, thinking in my head, I'm trying to go through all the movies with The Rock. What movie have I seen where I was like, that don't feel like I'm watching The Rock, but I'm watching a character in the movie for real? And I cannot name one. Damn, I really can't name shit. Black Adam. That's The Rock. Black Adam supposed to have an Egyptian accent. Why the fuck he talking like an American? Um, and Black Adam had hair, but that's besides the point. Fast and the Furious, that's The Rock. You can't tell me that's not The Rock. Rampage, that's The Rock and a big ass ape. Jumanji, that's The Rock getting lost in a board game. Or another Rock Kevin Hart movie. Central Intelligence, The Rock, who used to be fat somehow. Like, come on. Even the ones like the kiddie movies, like Tooth Fairy, was it? Yeah, Tooth Fairy and shit. It's like the game plan. It's like it still feel like The Rock. Actually, you know what? I will get the game plan. It felt like The Rock a little bit, but it felt like okay, I'm watching, a football player navigating how to be a parent out of nowhere. It was a little bit better, but even still. So most of his movies action, yeah, for the most part. I mean, he's done comedies too. Comedies are in there. What's that movie? Pain and Gain. He did do good in Pain and Gain. That is one of the few roles he really did a good job. It wasn't just The Rock. That dude was, well, maybe Real Rock. I don't know. I remember he was like, I think in the movie he was unaliving people. He did his time in prison, got out, turned to God, turned to religion, turned a new leaf, wanted to be a better person. Mark Wahlberg's character brought him in for this mission so he can make some more money, get all this dude's accounts and shit because he was a personal trainer and stuff. He was just tired of not making a whole lot of money. Brings in The Rock for the muscle, obviously, and you see the chemistry between Tony Shalhoub, aka Monk, and The Rock while Shalhoub is locked up as they hostage and all this shit. It's interesting. And seeing The Rock play a coke addict, that was really interesting. I never thought I would see The Rock play the role of a coke addict. A strung out one at that. Yeah, they do. They got a little too good they chemistry a little too good at times. Like y'all sure that CIA scene was just acting? Has seen his turn as the greatest in history since Hogan's heel turn wasn't in WWE. I see what you did there. But yeah, they do have good chemistry because they friends and shit in real life. But it's still like if you see one movie with them, you've seen them all. It's like if you've seen Tiffany Haddish and Kevin Hart in one thing, you done seen it all. The dynamic is gonna be the same between the characters they play, even if one's just a guest appearance. I know I said I was gonna get out of here, but no, this is my last thing. I was thinking the other day, who is gonna be the next big WWE, movies or Hollywood movie star to come out to WWE after Batista and John Cena. I'm already saying the Miz gonna be one of them. I know he in like the Marine 7 by now and all that. But I think he the one. He obviously got TV experience. He came from MTV, transitioned to WWE, been there for God knows how long. His filmography list is pretty long. I think he gonna be the next one who could really be like a Hollywood actor, and it ain't even got to be action. It could really be more on the comedy side of shit. And Roman Reigns, because obviously, Roman's more of he just got the look, kind of like The Rock. And I mean that too. He got he related to The Rock, so obviously that could open some Hollywood doors, as well as pro wrestling, as we've seen. But yeah, I'll say Roman Reigns. I could see him if they had more if they made another 10 Fast and the Furious. I could see Roman Reigns being one of them. I still think his acting would be probably shitty, but he got the movie. You want to put that poster board in the movie theaters and have like a cardboard cutout with explosives behind somebody. Get Roman Reigns, have him stand there with the long hair in an action pose. So Austin Theory. Austin Theory he got charisma, but I don't see big Hollywood movie star out of him. He don't even get pushed enough in WWE for that. Especially at this point, he went from beating Cena at Mania to and you don't even get matches on Raw. You get segments, nigga. Like, how you go from that? Shit, the Miz, he a jobber too. Got this nigga meaningless. He ain't done shit since he left R-Truth. But nah, yeah, that's my final two. I got the Miz and Roman Reigns because he gonna be forced in there, or he gonna force his way one way or another. He gonna be the one. And then as far as NFL players, this should be really just one answer to this one. Travis Kelce, which in the next I don't know months, maybe next year. Actually, really, nah, you probably gonna hear about this when Travis fully retires and stuff. You might hear some beef between Cena and Travis Kelce. You never know. Do I think Cody Rhodes could try? I mean, he the baby face of the company. Of course, they could slap him in a movie. I don't know. I'm trying to really picture the type of movie I would see him in. They try to force the action shit in there, or yeah, because probably a war movie. I don't know with that bleach blonde hair though. That ain't some military shit. He had to get a buzz cut or something. But yeah, I don't know if it'd be a war movie. Go with the whole American thing. Or what his would be. Yeah, I don't know. Said Drew would do good in Hollywood. He'd be a good like muscle man thug or some shit. Kind of like in like one of them Arrowverse shows. They got like the little weaker dudes that the Arrow could beat up or the Flash, and then you got the bigger ones. You gotta like think and put in a little bit more strategy and thought in fighting. I can see Drew being one of those type of dudes, like a big muscle man for Slade or some shit. But that's it. It's kind of like actually, there's a few that been in shows, especially speaking of CW. Bill Goldberg, he was an inmate on the Flash. It's like the one time I've ever like seen Bill Goldberg as a likable person. I didn't even know that was possible. And Edge, he played Adam Smasher on Flash. I couldn't recognize him at first because he cut his hair and shit. But I was like, wait, that's Edge. I think that's it. There might have been a third wrestler who was in one of them CW shows. No, it was dang, who was it? Oh, I think actually speaking of Cody, I think Cody Rhodes was in one of them Arrowverse shows. Yeah, he was. I think he had black hair or dark hair then. I cannot remember the show he was in, but he was in one of them Arrowverse shows back in like it might have been 2018 or some shit. It might have been Arrow. I think he was in Arrow for guest appearance. Cody gonna run for president. He that neck tattoo though, man, shit is wild. He had to wear them. He have to do like one of them turtleneck combos or something like that. One of them little bougie ass turtlenecks. Drew would definitely be in an action movie, no question about it. Cody can play a retired war veteran or president in the movie. I could see retired war vet. I could definitely see that. President, they'd have to age him up a little bit. He already got the bags, but they got to age him up a little bit more. But yeah, I can't think of nobody else who'd be solid. Maybe LA Knight. Actually, yeah, LA Knight. Yeah, you could probably have LA Knight play a muscle guy in the movie. You could slip him into like a comedy movie or action movie. Yeah, that's another one. LA Knight. And that is my final answer. But yeah, man, have fun chopping up with y'all. Y'all be safe this weekend. Got some more content to drop on this channel and on Lobo TV. We got what is it? X-Men, comparing the Avengers, X-Men, and other team. I think it's Fantastic Four. Yeah, X-Men, Avengers, and Fantastic Four. So yeah, stay tuned for that. Hold on. Actually, let me get these last two. What about Damian Priest? He probably in a gang mafia movie. Well, he Puerto Rican, so I really just want to say Puerto Rican muscle guy. That's really all I can say for Damian Priest is Puerto Rican muscle guy. Because like his charisma don't really translate well, like to the crowd, or I guess over watching on TV it really don't translate well. But I can see him playing a muscle dude or inmate in a movie, like one of them. Like I can see him in Daredevil as an inmate, telling his story to Matthew Murdock while Murdoch's on his lawyer shit or something, trying to help him beat the case. Jade for the woman, but all she could be is a soup. Get her to play Nubia. Change her hair to black and get her to play Nubia. If they ever did a black or a live action movie about Wonder Woman's twin sister, black twin sister that they never ever talk about, that was created back in 1970 and was supposed to be on the show back in the 70s. Even sold merchandise, but for some reason we all obviously know, she, just didn't show up in the show. She was never acknowledged. Never been on a cartoon show, never been on Justice League, never been in a video game to my knowledge. Yeah, nothing. That's crazy. But yeah, if they ever did one, get Jade Cargill to do it. But yeah, man, we out. Hit that like button, share it, subscribe, all that good stuff. Be easy.